I'm Johnny Price in Greenville, South Carolina, and this is another of our Talking Head film analyses, where we are not so much concerned with how good a movie might be, as we are with the ideas behind the movie. The Debt is based upon an Israeli film of the same title that was released in 2007. The American version was filmed in 2009 and yet for some reason hasn't been released until this year, of course, 2011. Its director is John Madden, who you will remember also directed the undeserved Oscar winner Shakespeare in Love. And it stars Helen Mirren, Tom Wilkinson, Jessica Chastain, and Sam Worthington. Now, first of all, an aside concerning the cast. Helen Mirren and Tom Wilkinson are brilliant. And as far as I'm concerned, they can do no wrong. Granted, decades ago, Helen Mirren was in that human excrement of a film called Caligula, but I have forgiven her for that. Sam Worthington, since this was filmed in 2009, you're able to watch him in his pre-Avatar days, or as some of us affectionately refer to it as Dancing with Smurfs. But Jessica Chastain, you've been able to see her already this summer in The Tree of Life, The Help, and now The Debt. And as I have watched those three performances, I have wondered if we are not watching the rise of another Meryl Streep, because she so inhabits her characters that she is practically unrecognizable from role to role to role. Well, anyway, back to the film The Debt. It is set during two periods of time. The first, 1966, when Mossad, the Israeli intelligence agency, sends three secret agents, two men and a woman. They've never worked together. They don't know each other. But their assignment is to find, locate, capture, and bring back to Israel for trial Nazi war criminal Dieter Vogel. He is known as the monstrous Surgeon of Birkenau, a man who sent thousands of Jews to their deaths at the Auschwitz-Birkenau camp during the Holocaust. They capture Vogel, but they miss the connection that would have transported him back to Israel. And this means that they have to carry their captive back to this rundown apartment where they've been hiding out. Vogel is tied and gagged for days, while the trio is trying to figure out how to solve this problem of what to do with him and how to get him back to Israel, until finally Vogel escapes, only to be shot in the back by one of his kidnappers as he runs down the street. At least this is the story that these three agents bring back as their official report to Israel. They captured him, he escaped, they killed him, and destroyed his body. but it's a lie. Vogel actually did escape. Yet, based upon this lie, the three agents return home as heroes, and they continue to live their lives as such. Their rationale being, how could they return, having failed at their mission and having let down their nation? Plus, there is the fact that the likelihood that Vogel would ever resurface is virtually nil. Therefore, he is, for all practical purposes, dead anyway. Best to perpetuate the lie. Yet, 30 years later, just as a book on the exploits of these three has been published, the truth threatens to surface. And these three have to decide what they're going to do. Time magazine gave an excellent comparison when describing the film. It said that it would be like the Navy SEALs going in and reportedly killing Osama bin Laden. And then decades later, we're finding out that he was still alive. When we see the three agents 30 years later, obviously older, they seem to carry their external wounds as representation of their internal scars. One of them has been horribly ill for years. A second has a deep scar, L-shaped scar on her face. And the third is confined to a wheelchair, paralyzed from the waist down. The key words to the issues of this film are truth and compromise. Is a lie ever ultimately acceptable? Should we lie even if it props up a greater good? Well, the ethics of telling a lie are usually not very complicated. However, the dangers of living a lie run much deeper. What if your darkest secret came back to haunt you? And not only you, but the people around you. What if the mythology you've constructed around yourself through your business, through the neighborhood, over Facebook, through Twitters, and LinkedIn. Suppose this mythology that you have constructed simply was not reality. How would you live with the facts? As one gentleman wrote, lies may grease the wheels of life at times, but be sure they will find you out, whether by destroying you publicly or eating away at you day by day over a lifetime. I'm Johnny Price, and this has been another of our Talking Head film analyses.